Okay, this is not some clickbaity title. Marketing will never be the same. And I will explain you why in this video, because update from ChatGPT is crazy. I can just simply take a picture of, for example, of this perfume, upload that picture to ChatGPT and just describe what I want to get as an output. For example, I want to have an ad that is in California rich style, in Mad Men approach or Mad Men style. And this is what I have received. And the cool thing is, if even I don't like this output, it has created a copy, it has created a very realistic image. I can play around and create even different variation. But even if I don't like some text here, I can highlight the part that I want to change and describe it below and say, for example, change this text to be in a white color and make a drop shadow. So I have dictated now what I want, and it will recreate me a new version based on what I have highlighted. This new update, it will really change the game of marketing. And let me go into a little bit more details when it comes to ads here. For example, for acnes, I have just went on Google for acne gel and selected one of the images. And this is the prompt that I have provided. You can pause the video, see the prompt. And this is the output that I have received. It's crazy. I think the FDA will have to catch up with this, because I think a lot of businesses, especially dropshipping businesses, will try to use this, but it's crazy. Then I have followed up with before story, because if we want to have after, we want to have a before story, so you have before and after. And this is the result. I mean, it is mind-blowing for me how businesses will use this. Let's say that you want to create a thumbnail for YouTube. You can simply go to the pane. For example, if you're using Windows, just create something very retarded, very like basic, and then you can just say what you want and then follow up and say change a couple of things, and then you will have this kind of output. If you want to have a photo shoot or you want to change something, for example, instead of this camera and this angle, you can replace it with this camera. If you really have something specific that you want to change, for example, this part here is not completely realistic, you can just add the lens and hide that part, but this looks even more realistic. Please keep in mind, when you are giving the prompt to new version of ChatGPT, if you have this creating image may take a moment description, that means that you have a new version of ChatGPT. I'm using the paid version. It is not a pro plan, it is plus plan. Just wait a couple of minutes and then you will get the output. So you can see what is the output from this one. If you have an image that is instantly created, that means that is an older version, it is from daily version. So what is like a huge difference now versus before when it comes to marketing because of this? YouTube thumbnail generation. If you have YouTube channel and generating thumbnails, if you are hiring graphic designer, this will completely change the game, because you can have some YouTube thumbnail that you really like, have your face or describe what you want to change, and then you can have your own thumbnail. Removing background if you want to have some kind of asset. So removing, isolating everything, and then converting that asset, digital asset, into SVG or vector file. You can do that simply by saying to ChatGPT, convert me this into SVG, and you will get SVG file. For creation of meta ads, as I have provided you here an example, but when you're combining, for example, one of the top performing product that, for example, your competitors have, and you put your product that it just uploads 2 images, have your benefits and one statement like transformation statement, you can have something like this. By the way, on X, there are a lot of people who are very creative, and you can see a couple of them here. So this is also a combination of 2. So it is just product and also one of the top performing ads. And this is the output. This is very similar for UGC, for example. So it's crazy what kind of output we can get. Very professional photos you can see here. And this is like behind the scenes. This can work quite well because it looks more realistic. It is not too polished. And I think that people will get better blindness when it comes to ads. That means when people constantly see these type of ads that are professional looking, they will start to ignore them automatically, and they will continue to scroll, especially on Meta or on Facebook and Instagram. But if it's looking more natural, then it's a little bit more intriguing for people, and they will stop the scroll and continue to read. So you have a higher chance for people to engage with them via, so you can have better click-through rate. For retargeting, I think it's better to have professional because you can have a clear outcomes because they're already warmed up. But for the intriguing part for meta ads, I think this behind the scenes or something that looks a little bit more realistic would work really well. When I say realistic, also, this is realistic. It's crazy. It's really, really crazy. Then for photo shoots, for example, if you have one of the products that is just jeans and you have this, but you have different colors, you can just change the color. You can just upload the different type of jeans or different color, and you can get this output. You can see this for running glasses. It is incredible. Now for infographics, I have tested this already a couple of times and it is not 100% accurate. Usually it works better when you have just 3 to 4 bullet points of what you want within the infographic. If you copy and paste the entire blog post and you want to generate the infographic, it does not do a proper job. So my suggestion is first to summarize your article. If you want to create infographic from the article, summarize that into 4 bullet points and then generate. Just simply say to ChatGPT, create me an infographic based on these bullet points, and then it will give you an infographic. This is a very good example of the infographic, but in majority of the cases, it is not 100% accurate. For organic posts, you can create carousels and you can have the style consistency. So when you have your brand colors and brand fonts, you can upload that image to keep in mind for ChatGPT to keep in mind when it's creating infographics, when it's creating illustrations. So you can have put in the slide 1, say this, in the slide 2, say this, and then create image one by one. So this is shortening the process a lot for hiring graphic designers, for hiring people who will do a professional photo shoot. I'm still blown away by potential from this. Now, when it comes to assets, again, you can remove the background, you can isolate the assets, then you can convert this into SVG. I cannot wait for OpenAI to release the API. Probably it will be a little bit more expensive compared to everything else. It takes quite about 1 to 2 minutes to get an image. So that means that it is taking a lot of resources, which means probably it's going to be a little bit more expensive, but you can see where everything is heading. It's not that this is going to get worse, it's just going to progress and get better. So you have to jump on the train and change your marketing perspective and approach. So how you are working with graphic designers, and if you're a graphic designer, you have to change your approach. Some businesses that will start to scale a lot faster, and they will be able to reiterate faster, because if they can create these type of ads and these type of variations where they can extract top performing ads from other businesses and put their product and their benefits and their transformations, put, for example, 50 different ads in one campaign for a Meta, for example, and leave out this for 7 days and see which ones are performing, which ones are getting more conversions, and double down on winners. This iteration with a lot of different, like really different creatives will give better return on ad spend to businesses, and whoever has a better return on ad spend would, of course, have more money to reinvest in the business and dominate the market. So if you're a business owner, please double down on this incredible opportunity right now.